Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us today on the Elation podcast. We are with DJ Kelly Green.
It's me.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I, I don't know why I had to do it in my head.
No,
I had
I
it.
think-
I had it in my head, and I don't know why I did it. It was corny in my head, but it came out better. I
I
think,
had a laugh in my chest and you just pulled it out. So cool.
Perfect.
Don't trip.
It's good to have you here today.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really like this place. I came here one time and I went to like a recording studio or something,
So
but I
that's-
didn't know that this was
That's awesome. Yeah,
all
it's
it is,
it's so much here in these places. So it's both buildings, and
Mm-hmm.
and that side's creation for me. This is corporate. So
Okay, big.
makes sense.
So
you
we're
know?
on the corporate side?
Yeah, we're on the corporate side.
I'm not used to this.
Yeah, only the best for jet life.
Oh man, stop
Only
it.
the best for you.
Stop it.
But let's get a little bit into your background. So you know you're from here. You're from New Orleans. Where'd you go to high school? Which is always the question.
I'm actually from Baton Rouge.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people,
All
a lot
right.
of people do know that, but they don't know that. I'm actually from Baton Rouge. I went to McKinley High
Okay.
School, the
All right.
same high school Boosie went to.
There you go.
So, breeding a whole lot of legends over there.
Yeah,
including
absolutely.
myself. But I came to New Orleans in 2011 when I graduated high school to go to Loyola,
Okay.
and I went to college.
Shout
for
out
a year.
UP.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Wolfpack all day.
Mhm.
Still, even though I didn't finish. But I stayed for a year and I already was DJing, but then it kind of started to take off when I got to college and DJing took over and I just was like, screw school, and I left and went on tour.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Believe me, I hear you. Well, how'd you get the bug? What was the spark?
So my parents were very musical, not as far as like making and playing music, but they just, like my mama is a hip hop baby head,
Right.
like everything about. She just been like, since I was born, both of my parents have been teaching me what the good stuff was.
Right, right.
And not just what everybody else hears.
Right.
They taught me about like my daddy taught me a lot about like reggae music and dub music,
Right.
and house music, stuff like that. My mama taught me a lot about soul and the oldies and the more funky stuff.
Right. So you listened to like a whole realm
Hell
of stuff
yeah.
growing
I
up.
mean, I listen to everything except like bluegrass.
I got you.
But if I found a bluegrass
But
song
you-
that I thought sounded cool, I might be listening
listen to it.
bluegrass.
I hear you.
So I really don't discriminate. I didn't like country music for a long time, and then I found a song I like. And
I didn't like country forever, and then I feel like lately I love it.
Beyonce is making it worse.
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
But
Although shout out my boy Brian Bates who produced that track, Texas Hold'em.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Brian Bates, Killer
Oh,
B.
so you know some legends.
Oh, Killer B, he's doing it right
'Cause
now.
that's a good one.
I
That's
know.
my favorite one.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorites.
He produced that one and a couple other ones on that album. And,
She's changing my mind about country music. a lot.
yeah. That album is pretty crazy.
I like Carrie Underwood too.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah, she's great.
I like her.
No, there's some really
Dog my
really
kid.
good.
Yeah, get it, sister.
There you go.
All right. Let me stop.
Wait a minute. It doesn't say vocalist on my board.
me
It says Turntablist. So wait a minute now.
Man, go ahead.
But no, listen, music, no matter how you live your life in music, it is so special. It's a part of your DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So when I mean get that bug, you got it from somewhere, and family is always a great way to do it. I mean, I get
It
the same way.
definitely came from my parents.
Same way. My mom just blasted music. Every time that I was in the car being too loud, she just kept turning the music up, and so for me, it was just listen to music, and so it's great though. Music does a lot of things for a lot of people, so
Man, what?
we're special. We get to feel it that close and touch it.
I feel like music makes you a completely different person from the people that are not heavily music influenced.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I mean, obviously, but it's just different. Like, we are just.
I almost feel like it was one of my parents.
Me too.
The legit learned a lot of life lessons.
You had a third parent.
Yeah,
I
Just
had
listening.
yeah, music raised me a lot in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I definitely got the bug for my parents
that's
though.
awesome.
They put me in piano lessons when I was 6, but I already had been, getting schooled since I was born. So,
Right.
and then I was born in 1992. So like I was literally raised in the 90s, and that was some of the heaviest of
Yep.
hip hop history, music history in
Yep.
general, but like I feel like in the 90s a lot of cool stuff happened, and the 90s is one of my parents too. Like that's just yeah, the combination of the time and the music, yeah.
That's awesome. So what when did you decide to do DJing instead of something else in music?
So my parents had me in piano lessons when I was 6.
Right.
Started there, and then further down the line, I think in the second grade, um, I started playing in the orchestra at school. So I never stopped doing that until I graduated. But piano, violin, cello,
Wow.
all of this,
Crazy.
I'm playing classical music all
That's
the time.
crazy,
Like I
yeah.
got sick of it though.
I hear you.
Because
I
like
hear
I
ya.
said, I got raised as hip hop baby,
Right.
and so I caught myself at home when I was supposed to be practicing. I'm learning the fucking music from 106 in Park. Like, yeah, this is what I want to play.
This is what you want to.
So,
Yeah, I hear
yeah.
you.
So then around like age 14, I went to my dad's house one day, and he randomly had a pair of CDJs. Like the first edition of CDJs that you could ever buy, he had them in his kitchen.
Wow.
And I was like, man, what is this? Like, you're a DJ now? And he was barely even touching it. So the whole time he had those turntables at his house, I was just like messing with him. And I'm like, damn, I'm obsessed with this shit.
And when you're young, you can learn that stuff quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I literally taught myself how to DJ with barely anything. At that time, people always like, you want to learn how to do something, look it up on YouTube. It was not really no YouTube back then like
Right.
that. I mean, YouTube existed, but I looked it up on YouTube, and I can tell you exactly I forgot his name, but it was a DJ from London. And he was like the only person on YouTube making videos of like the very
do,
small technical steps, like how to set up your turntables,
Right.
how to scratch, and it really wasn't extensive. So a lot of
Right.
stuff I had to figure out on my
Yeah,
own.
you just got to screw up and keep
And
pushing
from
buttons.
homies, yeah.
Right.
So,
That's awesome. No.
yeah, but
You once again, if you love it, you'll figure it out.
hell yeah, I always
know?
tell people that. I'm like, if it's fun enough to you, you're gonna get it.
100%.
You don't have to keep calling me.
No.
You don't have to keep looking it up on YouTube.
But-
you will press the right button at some point.
Funny enough, I had a set of 1,200 techniques at one point,
Oh my
and
God.
I was doing deep house DJing. I DJed Tipitina's a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, late night stuff though.
Okay,
Like
okay.
after hours stuff.
Okay.
Like I shouldn't be awake stuff. But yeah.
At Tips?
Yeah.
Wow.
They used to do like we started at midnight and we went to 4 a.m.
What?
Yeah.
I never even know Tips got down like that.
Yeah, it was. But this was early 2000s.
Oh, okay, dig. A lot has changed.
Yeah, a lot has changed.
Yeah, a lot has
yeah,
changed.
But shout out to my guy Marshall Monica, who still DJs here in town, a few places. But he had a pair of 1,200 techniques, and I used to go over his house and just take all the vinyl he didn't want to use anymore because he's heard the songs many times, and I'd take all that and I would start spinning it.
And you figured it out.
I figured it out.
Period.
So it's one of those things. But there's a lot of art that comes to DJing.
Hell yeah.
So why don't you tell a little bit about that?
Ooh, it can be very technical, and I think I don't notice so much of it. There is a lot of art behind it, but I think I don't notice so much of it because I have such an extensive musical background, and it all just meshes into each other. Like
Right.
it all goes hand in hand. So like, I'm actually teaching lessons right now to two different students.
Okay.
And I tell them all the time that if you, like, music is a lot like dancing. If you kind of translate it into how you would dance to it, in as far as catching the beat and bringing stuff in right on the right time. Like, I have a student that had a hard time, like, understanding bars and 8 counts and not to bring it in on the 2 but bring it in on the 4, but you could bring it in on the 2 but you're not ready for that yet, you know, like, she don't understand, so then I just started, I said pause the music, and then I said take a deep breath, press play, and I said dance with me. And then when I change the move, when I do a different move, notice what beat I'm changing the move on. Now, the beat I change the move on is when you bring the song in. She got it instantly. So it's just, like you said, it's in you. Like, it's so much of it from life, from music, from everything translates into DJing. I mean,
reading people.
Hell yeah.
Reading the crowd.
You can't be a DJ if you can't read people. You can't be a DJ if you don't understand in your bones what people like. Like, I mean,
or where you made the wrong choice.
Yes.
Like,
or when to get out of there.
Like, yeah, like,
because I always tell people, I'm like, I don't even care if it's on beat. Get out of there if it's that bad. Like, all right, let's go and
if everybody turns and looks at you.
Back to the drawing board, new song. So, it's a lot of just being a human.
I don't think people just realize that, you know, they just think you're playing music. I think, but it really should be talked about more about how much of an artist a DJ is, because it's you guys are almost the connection between people for artists.
Absolutely.
So you are the person that brings life to those moments. You know, so it's definitely a big part of the art, you know, in my opinion.
It is very necessary, and I wish people respected that more.
Yeah.
I know our job may look easy and fun, but I feel like, you know, sometimes people think I have more time than I have. You know, actually, I don't have time for none of this.
That's funny. I just saw a meme a couple of weeks ago that was it a picture? It was a picture of a guy just like completely exhausted, sweating, and like looks like he's ready to go home. And it goes, "This is what the DJ looks like after his 4-hour set." Like you know, like they don't always want to go out. It's not fun.
Man,
was the whole point. Was when we're done, we're exhausted.
Understand that I was here before you got here.
Right.
And I was here before I played the first song. When I pulled up, there was not even no music on.
Right.
The lights was on in the club. Like, you know, you got to understand. Now, when people come to the club, by the time they get there, it's like there's probably only 2 hours left of my set because, you know, that's the general thing to do. Nobody wants to just show up right on time.
Oh, yeah, no.
But they don't understand. Like, they think that I'm a part of the party.
Right.
I am, but I am the party.
But I'm gonna go home soon.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while I get a little wild hair on my back.
I'm sure you have to. You have to have fun with it for sure.
I'll go out or whatever, but for the most part, if I DJ, that's enough. And then somebody will call me the next day and like, oh, let's go do this, or you know, I don't want to drink tonight. Oh, well, you drank when you was DJing at the Dragon's Den. Well, okay then. Can I take a motherfucking break? Like, shit.
That's funny.
And you don't understand that I live at the club.
Right. No, you can't party during your work, but you can have fun with it. And that's where the line breaks, because when you actually take your career seriously, that being the life of the party doesn't mean that you have to party, you know.
Not all the time.
And you can't do it all the time. You'll roll yourself out. I mean,
man, what?
Yeah, you'll run yourself out ragged. Well, tell us a little bit about Jet Life, because you know, I mean, it's big in New Orleans. Jet life is huge, you know. Shout out Currency, you know, and yeah, I mean, tell us a little bit about being in that family.
So, well, continuing from the other question, when I got to New Orleans, I went to Loyola, and you know, obviously, like I said, I started to take DJing more seriously. So I was actually, you know, advertising myself, networking with that in mind. I worked at the Cheesecake Bistro on St. Charles. It's not there anymore, but when I went there, when I went to Loyola, it was there.
Yep. I think it was Straya before that. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Or was that after? I think that was after.
It may have been after.
I think that was
it was Al
right
Copeland's
after.
spot. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they just changed it into something else, I think. But anyway, I was working there, and apparently that was somewhere where Currency frequented.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
know that.
I didn't know that
I
either.
had pretty much just got to New Orleans, and I was like, man, I don't want to be on campus not having no money, and I'm going to get a job. So I went and got a job over there. I was working one day. He came in, and I walked him to his table. I was a hostess. I walked him to his table, and I just so happened to have a mix. I didn't even have turntables yet. I didn't have my own turntables yet. Well, I had turntables, but I didn't have my own setup with me.
Gotcha.
All that stuff was in Baton Rouge or whatever. So I was making mixes on my laptop, just straight up on a laptop. Couldn't do too much technical stuff, you know. Couldn't scratch, couldn't do nothing. It was just blends.
Blending, right.
But I just used to like to listen to my own blends. I'm like, if I could blend 10 songs, that's my favorite 10 songs right now. This is about to make me so happy walking to class. But I had burned a CD and I had it in my bag. I'm like, man, I'm about to give him my CD. Gave him my CD, and next thing you know, I was DJing at Jet Lounge. So,
there you go.
Yeah, just, you know, I kind of just dropped my nuts and, and said something.
You know, yeah, what is it? A closed mouth does not get fed.
Don't.
You know?
It don't.
You know, you definitely have to put yourself out there in those moments.
Man, imagine if I didn't say nothing that day, I wouldn't be sitting here probably. Who knows what I would be doing.
Right.
So, and then so after that, I'm, you know, DJing Jet Lounge or whatever, and then I want to say maybe a year or two after that. No, it was a year. So when the school year was over, I went home. And then I started commuting to DJ in New Orleans, and then I started getting booked for more stuff, and got to the point where they ended up asking me to come on tour in 2015.
That's awesome.
And at that point, everybody knew me as a New Orleans DJ. I pretty much stopped getting booked in Baton Rouge after that. I probably was getting booked in Baton Rouge every 3 or 4 months, every quarter.
Wow.
So
it was crazy. It was the whole we brought you over here.
Yes, y'all really sucked me up. Like, so
New Orleans to grab you, won't let go, huh?
Yes, for real, like a real chokehold on me. But so I ended up, you know, becoming stationary in New Orleans and just getting booked for more and more cool stuff, and going to Rolling Loud with him every time he goes now. And
that's awesome.
Doing Chalice Festival and
how does it feel to be on a stage that big?
Man, you ever been so happy that you feel like you was gonna throw up? like
yeah,
like I better not cough too hard right now.
Right. I get it, right. Yeah.
You know, so like it really feels like that.
That's crazy.
It feels like, damn, I dreamed about this, and I'm really standing right here. Like, nah, it's not real.
Right.
And then them 30-minute, 45-minute set is over so fast, and you like, God damn, did I really just do that?
Right.
But then once you do it the sixth time and then the seventh time, like, all right, come on, let's go do it.
Right.
Like, now it's just regular.
Right.
So, I always tell people, like, I get asked this question often, like, what's the coolest thing you've ever done? Or what's the best gig you ever had? I'm like, the one that I never did yet.
Right.
The cool shit that I didn't do yet.
Right,
like, because I did everything damn near.
Right.
Only thing I didn't do is, like, I don't know, DJ on Good Morning America or something.
Right.
That's the next coolest thing, I think. Because I toured. I mean, I even from Jet Life, that's crazy because I DJ for J Electronica too, right? And I know him because of Jet Life.
Right.
So that has just blossomed into so many more
That
opportunities.
one chance.
Man, that
one moment.
That one time I opened my damn mouth.
You can change your entire life path by one word, one conversation, one moment.
For real. If this is if you don't get anything from this interview, let this be your signifier, your sign to go ahead and say whatever it is that you was about to say, that you've been scared to say, that you scared of how people gonna react or whatever, how they're gonna perceive it. Open your mouth and say it, because you're never gonna get it if you don't.
Yep.
You can't get, nobody is gonna treat you how you want to be treated if you keep it in your mind.
100%.
You know,
well,
you'll never get,
and no one's gonna know what you want to do. You know,
yes.
So they don't even know if they can help you or not.
You can't have expectations if you don't express them.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, dream.
Period.
Was it?
Sorry.
No.
I have intrusive thoughts too.
But what is it? I'm trying to think of that quote. Dreams without action are just dreams. Something like that. It's a Denzel Washington quote, and I'm screwing it up. Anyway, we're gonna move on.
But whatever you, what you said.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, if you sit there and dream it, and then never put any
action on it,
or nothing,
it's just a dream. It doesn't actually come into fruition, you know.
And that's boring.
Yeah, 100%.
What a boring life to live.
Believe me, the tangents are what make life amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, who are your favorite DJs?
So, coming up, my favorite DJ was DJ AM. Oh man, rest in peace.
Oh man. Rest in peace. I met him too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Never met that guy.
That's crazy that you bring him up. And it was in a Las Vegas elevator. And I was with one of my ex, and I was like 22. And I'm in Vegas for the comedy festival that actually sponsored Katrina. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember, but they did a show, a simultaneous broadcast on like TBS and HBO, and Robin Williams, Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg hosted it, and they did a whole comedy thing where they raised money for Katrina live. And I was there for the show.
That is dope.
And I'm in the elevator going down to the show, and DJ AM and his girl are in the elevator already, and I just said, "Hey, what's up?" And we just started talking. And really, you know, it's a long elevator ride because there's a lot of stops on the way down. Mm-hmm. We ended up talking for like at least 8-9 minutes. Damn. You know, and
yeah, he seemed like a really cool dude.
Yeah, absolutely. It was talking about watches and shit. We had all kinds of shit we were talking about. It was a quick.
Lucky you, man. That's my dude.
But yeah, he was really. You know, when you meet people, you understand they're real. You know, but they're celebrities. But then you see them and they have a real moment. You're like,
people forget.
All right, yeah, you are a real person. You know.
Yes, like, oh, you speak English too.
Right.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Like, yeah, I promise that I go to sleep and wake up every day. Just like you.
Just like you, right.
You. I put my socks on right to left, left to right. Who knows?
Right. I get tired too.
So fuck.
You know. But So DJ AM.
I like DJ AM. Of course, Jazzy Jeff.
Oh yeah.
Who else did I like? Growing up, you know, right now I don't really have favorite DJs because I'm so wrapped up in what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm trying to be my own favorite DJ, you know?
Hey, that's hell of a motivation.
Very much wrapped up in that, but I do respect a lot of DJs and love a lot of DJs. But yeah, DJ AM, oh my God. So one of my biggest female influences, like when it was really time for me to, like when I had equipment and I was actually making the mixes and stuff, the first mix I ever heard, recorded DJ mix I ever heard was the Mama Mix 3 by DJ Elle. DJ Elle is now my homegirl. What's crazy is, all DJs know each other damn near.
Right.
It's crazy. I mean, like,
it's a network.
Across the states.
Yeah.
Like, we all know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody
right.
in some kind of way. So the guy that used to DJ for Big Crit, his name is DJ DiBiase.
Gotcha.
He's the homie. He actually has a DJ podcast called No Requests.
Okay.
I was in town one weekend. Might have been for Rolling Loud. I don't remember what it was for. I was DJing somewhere. And I visited him while I was there, and DJ Elle had moved to Miami a few years prior. And he knew how I felt about her, and one day I pulled up and she was fucking there at his house. Like, he's a chef. Like, he actually makes he makes his own seasonings now, so he doesn't DJ anymore.
That's crazy.
He he used to have these he would cook for his friends and shit.
Right.
So we went over there one day, he was cooking for us, and she was there, and I was like, man, girl, you don't know how much you inspired me.
Wow.
Like, man. I'm like, dog, you remember that mix you had on your MySpace page all these years ago? Do you still have it? Can you send it to me, please? Because I've been looking for it on the internet all this time. So I actually have the copy of the mix now. She emailed it to me personally. I was like,
That's
damn.
awesome.
It's a great little piece of nostalgia. So if I had to say my favorite DJs, DJ AM and DJ Elle.
Awesome.
Very inspired by those two.
Awesome.
Very.
Awesome. What would be a funny moment quickly on tour that you could express?
Oh, man, I don't want to... Oh, man. Oh, man.
We gonna put them on blast?
No, you know what? I'll put myself on blast.
There you go.
So, I remember on my first tour, we was going, like, everywhere. So, we got to Chicago. I never shopped in Chicago before. Like, I've heard of Uniqlo, but I've never been there before, So, I went to the Uniqlo store. And I was like, man, I'm obsessed. I stayed in there for like 2 hours just buying shit. We do a show that I think it was the same night, or maybe it was like the next city or some show we did later on in the tour. I had bought a white jacket that kind of looked like a lab coat. And they clowned the piss out of me for that white jacket. I mean, Spitter kept telling me, you look like Total. Kept singing Total songs. Clowning the hell out. He had posted me on his page and everything. It was like, man, why she look like Total? Of me, like, digging in a bag on the back of the bus. Like, man, who she thinks she is in this white jacket? Man, clown the hell out of me. So,
he clowns a lot, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is a big Jose.
Yeah.
Big Jose. Big Jose. So, yeah, I definitely was conscious of my fashion choices.
That's funny.
From then on now, but I'm also
Dr. DJ Green.
Yeah, exactly. It really, like, looking back, it really looked like a lab coat. Like, it was a great jacket, but why did you buy it in white?
Yeah,
like,
that's funny.
It looked like, I look like a nurse or something, a doctor.
Yeah. Well, you can't do it right every time, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's funny. Well, what brings elation to you in your life?
So, just knowing that I set my life up, that I've done everything so intentionally for me to be living the way that I'm living, and I always have envisioned this, and I'm actually doing it now. So just walking
that path,
walking in my purpose,
yeah,
and knowing that I am doing just that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's intentional.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Everything is.
Absolutely.
Everything is.
Awesome.
Unless I've been drinking tequila.
All right,
I'm gonna stop.
Well, great. Well, now I know what to get you when I see you out. That's awesome. Well, why don't you tell us about your socials and where people can find you?
Okay, so I have a website, djkellygreen.com. That's Kelly with a Y, Green the regular way, Green. Also, I'm on Instagram, DJ Kelly Green. I'm on Threads as DJ Kelly Green. I also have my own internet radio station that you can access via app. It's called Sonic League Radio. You can download it from the App Store or the Google Play Store. We play dope-ass music 24/7.
That's awesome.
Awesome programming. I do a morning show Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 12. And then I have a homie, his name is Molly G. He does a hip hop history show on Thursdays.
Okay.
So we're actually doing that tonight at 8 o'clock.
Awesome.
Should pull up if you feel like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it.
All right.
Simple. Oh, you can follow Sonic League Radio on Instagram too. Sonic League Radio, like the Justice League.
I like that idea. Not corporate cultivated music, real music, real DJs.
I used to work in radio, man.
Yeah.
I worked at 94.1 in Baton Rouge, and they had the reins on me. And it hurt.
Man, it's tough.
Yeah, it hurt. I didn't like it. So I'm like, I love this, but I want to do my own thing.
Do your own thing.
So here we are.
Well, that's awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
It was nice to get to know you a little bit.
Had fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice
Me too. Well, thank you guys for joining us today, where we find exhilarating euphoria through creation and collaboration. Thank you.